Today we will be discussing how to solve an equation of the form a sin x plus b cos x equals c. Before starting this lesson, we should remember the following set of compound angle formulae. We learned sin a plus b is equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, and sin a minus b is equal to sin a cos b minus cos a cosine b. Cos a plus b is equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Cos a minus b equals cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. By this time you should have this formulae by heart. Now we will take an example and see. We will take cos x minus sin x to be written in the form r cos x plus alpha. Now when we are solving this problem, this equation, whether solve it or to find the range or maximum minimum values, whatever, we need to bring this x into one place. So we can very easily do it like this. We are supposed to write this cos x minus sin x in the form r cos x plus alpha. So we will write it in this way. Cos x minus sin x is equal to r cos x plus alpha. Cos x minus sin x is equal to, again you expand this one, r you leave outside, cos x cos alpha minus sin x sin alpha. These are the compound angle formulae that we learned earlier. Cos x minus, from this we can get cos x minus sin x is equal to r into cos alpha cos x minus r into sin alpha sin x. I just switched these two, this cos x into cos alpha I wrote as cos alpha into cos x, sin x into sin alpha I wrote as sin alpha into sin x. I don't think it's a big problem for you all. Now in order to find this r and alpha, what we can do here is we can compare the coefficients of cos x and sin x on either side, right? When we compare the cos x, on the left hand side we have 1, coefficient of cos x is 1. On the right hand side, coefficient of cos x is r cos alpha, so 1 is equal to r cos alpha. When we compare the coefficients of sin x, on the left hand side the coefficient of sin x is minus 1. The term in front of sin x is called coefficient of sin x, that is minus 1 here. The term in front of my sin x on the right hand side is minus r sin alpha. So from that we get minus 1 is equal to minus r sin alpha. That means 1 is equal to r sin alpha when you multiply both sides by a minus. So now to find r and alpha, we can, if we square these two and add, we can very easily find r. So r cos alpha squared plus r sin alpha squared is equal to 1 squared plus 1 squared. So this could be written as r squared cos squared alpha plus r squared sin squared alpha is equal to 1 plus 1 is 2. So r squared is common here, take it out. Cos squared alpha plus sin squared alpha is equal to 2. So cos squared alpha sin squared alpha is the our basic trigonometric identity. I can write this as 1. So r squared is equal to 1, r is equal to root 2. So we can write r cos x sin x as root 2 cos x plus 45. So we can actually, I didn't explain you how to find alpha. We have r cos alpha here, r sin alpha here. So if you divide second equation by the first equation, r sin alpha over r cos alpha is equal to 1 over 1. Then tan r goes off, sin alpha over cos alpha is tan alpha is equal to 1, alpha is equal to tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 1 is 45, that is in terms of radians. In terms of degrees, if it is in terms of radian, it is pi over 4. As required in the question, you have to take. So we can write cos x minus sin x as r cos x plus alpha. That means r is equal to root 2 cos x plus 45, because we found our alpha is 45 and r is equal to 2. We will take another example and see. Example number 2. Sin x plus root 3 cos x in the form of r sin x plus alpha. So sin x plus root 3 cos x is equal to r sin x plus alpha. We always take this onto the right hand side and then expand it. Sin x plus root 3 cos x is equal to r times sin x plus alpha. From our compound angle formula, we can write as sin x cos alpha plus cos x sin alpha. So r, then we can write sin x plus root 3 cos x is equal to r cos alpha sin x plus r sin alpha cos x. As in the earlier case, I switched these two for our convenience. By comparing the coefficients of cos x and sin x in this case also, when you compare the sin x, the coefficient of sin x on the left hand side is 1, coefficient of sin x in the right hand side is r cos alpha. So 1 is equal to r cos alpha. When you compare sin x here, coefficient of cos x here, coefficient of cos x on the left hand side is root 3, coefficient of cos x on the right hand side is r sin alpha. So root 3 is equal to r sin alpha. To find r in this case also, you just to find alpha, you can just divide these two. R sin alpha over r cos alpha is equal to root 3 over 1. That is tan alpha is equal to root 3. Alpha is equal to tan inverse root 3, that is 60. In case of radians, you can take it as pi over 3. To find r, we square these two equations and add 1 squared plus 2 squared is equal to r sin squared plus r cos squared is equal to root 3 squared plus root 1 squared. So r squared is equal to, r squared is common here, take it out, sin squared plus cos squared, so 3 plus 1 is, so r squared is equal to 4, r is equal to 2. Therefore, we can write sin x plus root 3 cos x is equal to 2, r is equal to 2 sin x plus 60. We will take another example, example number 3. 3 sin x minus 4 cos x in the form of r sin x minus alpha. So 3 sin x minus 4 cos x is equal to r sin x minus alpha. Again we expand this. 3 sin x minus 4 cos x is equal to r sin x cos alpha minus cos x sin alpha. 3 sin x minus 4 cos x is equal to r cos alpha sin x minus r sin alpha cos x. By comparing the coefficients of sin x and cos x here, when you the coefficient of sin x on the left hand side is 3, coefficient of sin x in the right hand side is r cos alpha. So again, if you compare the coefficients of cos x, coefficient of cos x on the left hand side is minus 4, coefficient of cos x in the right hand side is minus r sin alpha. So this will give you 4 is equal to r sin alpha when you multiply both sides by a minus. To find r, what we can do is, as usual, we square both the equations and add r sin alpha squared plus r cos alpha squared is equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared. Right, we missed that sum. Right, 3, this is not 3 cube, this is a mistake, this is 3 squared. So r squared, when you take r squared is common here, take it out, the sin squared alpha cos squared alpha, 25 here, then r is equal to 5. Now this process now I think you are quite familiar, we did about 2 examples, and then tan alpha could be taken as r sin alpha divided by r cos alpha is equal to 4 over 3, right. So 3 sin x minus 4 cos x is equal to 5 root sin. Right. We'll take the other example, example number 4. Root 3 cos x minus sin x in the form of r cos x plus alpha. Root 3 cos x minus sin x is equal to r cos x plus alpha. We always take this and expand and compare the coefficients. It's a routine, right? Simple process, just to remember. That's all, right? Very easy. Root 3 cos x minus sin x is equal to r cos x cos alpha minus sin x sin alpha. Root 3 cos x minus root 3 is equal to r cos alpha x minus r sin alpha sin x. By comparing the coefficients of cos x and sin x in this case also, on the left hand side coefficient of cos x is equal to root 3, on the right hand side coefficient of cos x is equal to r cos alpha. On the left hand side coefficient of sin x is equal to minus 1, on the right hand side coefficient of sin x is equal to r sin alpha. So we add, you can make this equation plus. So when you square those two and add r cos alpha plus r sin alpha squared is root 3 squared plus 1 squared. R is taken out, cos squared plus sin squared is equal to 1. So r squared is equal to 4, r is equal to 2. Right? To find tan alpha, r sin alpha over cos alpha is equal to 1 over root 3. Alpha is equal to 30. So you can write root 3 cos x minus sin x is equal to 2 cos x plus 30. Right? Example number 5. 2 sin x plus 3 cos x in the form of sin x plus alpha. So again 2 sin x plus 3 cos x is equal to r cos sin x plus alpha. R sin x cos alpha plus cos x sin alpha. Then r cos alpha sin x, r sin alpha cos x. Again we compare the coefficients on left hand side and the right hand side, coefficients of sin x and the cos x. When you compare the coefficients of sin x on the left hand side you get 2, right hand side you get r cos alpha. When you compare the coefficients of cos x on the left hand side you get 3, and on the right hand side you get r sin alpha. To find r and alpha we know the process. To find r we square them and add. To find alpha we divide them. So here you can see r cos squared alpha, r cos alpha square plus r sin square 2 square plus 3 square, this is 3. R squared is taken out, cos squared sin squared is 1. So this is 4, this is 9. R squared is equal to 13, r is equal to root 13. This is, so r sin alpha over r cos alpha is 3 over 2. Tan alpha is equal to 1.5. So alpha is equal to tan inverse 1.5. You can use your calculator and find this alpha value and apply here. So 2 sin x plus 3 cos x is equal to root 13 sin x plus alpha. You can find the alpha using your calculator and apply here. I didn't have the calculator this time, so I didn't find it. I didn't bother to find it. It should be somewhere around 56, I think. We'll see. Example number 6. Right, this concept could be used. Now this is the application of this concept. Right, we can apply it in many situations. One thing is to solve trigonometric equations. So if we have something like sin x plus cos x is equal to 1, to solve this one you need to have your x in one place. Here x is in two places, you can't do anything. So in order to bring x into one place, we can employ the method now we learned, right? So we will take sin x plus cos x is equal to r sin x plus alpha, right? Then r is equal to we did the same thing, right? So I will not be detailing much into this, right? Then you get r is equal to root 2, alpha is equal to 45. So I can write this as sin x plus cos. Now we move on to the solving part of the equation. I didn't detail on the earlier part because we have already done it. Sin x plus cos x is equal to 1. Then this could be written as root 2 sin x plus alpha. From the method we learned earlier, we did the proving here also, equals to 1. Then sin x plus alpha is equal to 1 over root 2. Therefore x plus alpha is equal to 45. Sin inverse 1 over root 2, that is equal to 45. This is the first solution. And then since it is cyclic, we can have more solutions. Sign becomes positive in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. First quadrant thinks that theta 360 plus theta, etc. Second quadrant things will. Now you can see this equation, right? This equation says solve the equation root 3 sin x plus cos x equals root 2. So this is a situation like this. So we will take it, they have not specified to take it in any form. We will take it as r sin x plus alpha. So then we can open this right hand side and compare the coefficients and find root 3 is equal to r cos alpha and 1 is equal to r sin alpha. R squared is equal to 4, r is equal to 2. And then if you divide these two equations, r sin alpha over r cos alpha is equal to 1 over root 3. Tan alpha is r goes off. Tan alpha is equal to 1 over root 3. Alpha is equal to 30. So 2 sin x plus 30 is equal to root 2. Sin x plus 30 is equal to root 2 over 2. That is 1 over root 2. So 30 x plus 30 is equal to sin inverse 1 over root 2. Sin inverse 1 over root 2 is equal to 45. Next solution is 180 minus 45. So x is equal to 45 minus 30 and 135 minus 30. We'll take another example. 4 cos x minus 5 sin x equals 5. Here in this case I have taken it r cos x plus alpha form. Any form you can make use. So r 4 cos x minus 5 sin x is equal to r cos x plus alpha. 4 cos x minus 5 sin x is equal to r cos alpha, r minus r sin x, right? Comparing the coefficients here also, we can take 4 is equal to r cos alpha minus 5 is equal to r sin alpha. So 1 square plus 2 square will give you r is equal to root 41. We have done this many a times, so I'm not going to elaborate on this, right? Tan alpha, you can divide these two, r goes off. Tan alpha is equal to 1.25, alpha is equal to tan minus 1.25, right? Then tan inverse 1.25 is equal to 51.3. Then we can write 4 cos x minus 5 sin x is equal to root 41 cos x plus alpha. Here alpha is equal to 51.3. So therefore root 41 cos x plus alpha is equal to 5. This is the equation given. This is equal to 5 was the equation. So this is equal to 5. Cos x plus alpha is equal to 5 over root 41. X plus alpha is equal to cos inverse 5 over root 1. This is 38.66. Right? So x plus alpha is equal to 38.66. 360 minus 13.66 and 360 plus, since this is more than 38, this 51 alpha is greater than 38, I took 36 plus alpha also, 360 plus alpha also. So x is equal to this one and this one. This solution will not be there because it will become a negative. We are taking only positive, but here in these questions I have not specified a domain for x, therefore you can take this also. But in the usual examination questions they usually give 0 to 360. In such cases we can get rid of this, or sometimes if they give minus 180 to plus 180, in that case you can include this. So you got to clearly look at the domain and decide which to include, which not to include. Right, another form, this is example number 10. Write 3 cos x minus 5 sin x in the form r cos x plus alpha. It's a pretty easy part. Given that fx is equal to this, the same thing, minus 2, right? Find the range of fx and the values of x for which fx is equal to 0. Before finding the first part we will do, that is the usual process, and then you get cos x is equal to 3 equals r cos alpha. When you compare sin x, minus 5 equals r sin alpha. Then r is equal to root 34, alpha is equal to 59, right? Then I can write 3 cos x minus 5 sin x is as root 34 cos x plus 59. Now we want the range of fx. We will find the range in this way. We know this one, that is cos x is, this is actually we are not starting from the question. Cos x we know by theory is in between minus 1 and plus 1. So from the same thing we can derive cos x plus alpha is also in between the same thing, because it will not affect the y values. X plus alpha will not affect the y values, it affects only the x values. So cos x plus alpha is also minus 1, in between minus 1 and plus 1. Now we have root 34 here, this one, right? So therefore we multiply this one by root 34. Then we get each and everything is multiplied by root 34. Then root 34 minus root 34, 1 into minus 1 into root 34 is minus root 34. Root 34 cos x plus alpha in plus 1 into root 34 root 34. And in the question there is a minus 2 also in front of this thing. So we add minus 2 to all three places here. So we add a minus 2 here, right? We add a minus 2 here, we add a minus 2 here. So when you add minus 2, this we can write as what? This we can write as fx. This will clearly tell us fx is in between root 34 minus 2 and root 34 minus root 34 minus 2. So this is the range of fx. This is the range of fx. So this is a very important way you got to remember this, right? Okay. We'll go to the next part of the question. Now you got to solve this equation fx equals 0. So fx equals 0 means 5 cos 6 minus root 3, sorry, 5 cos 6 minus 3 sin x minus 2 equals 0. So this minus 2 is taken to this side. 5 cos 6 minus 3 sin x equals 2, right? So root 34 equals cos 6 plus alpha equals 2. Root 34 into cos 6 plus alpha is equal to 2. Cos 6 plus alpha is equal to 2 over root 34. X plus alpha is 2 over root 34. This is equal to 70. Calculate a value. So this is 360 minus 70 because it is cos. So 70 minus 50. Take it. You can take the final answer. X as 70 minus 59 and 360 minus 70 minus 59. I didn't do the simplification. My final answer you can calculate and take. Can't you? We have another example we will see. It is also similar to that. Example number 11. Write 2 root 3 cos 6 minus 4 sin x in the form r cos x plus alpha. And given that this is equal to fx is equal to this, find the range of fx and solution. So we can do the same thing. I think no need of explaining, we can manage this as well. Okay, right. Thank you.